You're not a 2 times games athlete for teens, are you?
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, just
You just did that, eh? I was like, he's
I was giving
fucking.
you a doost. I was giving you a doost.
Yeah. Because it fucking interrupted him. I'm like, no, he's not. He's lying.
He should have left it at 2 times. If he left it at 2 times, that would have been so funny. It would have made me look really good.
I was like, I swear I only seen one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
would have made you guys look bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's fine, bro. You wouldn't be the first person.
Yeah.
We do it ourselves.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
All right.
Fair enough.
We'll have another crack. Eh? Hopefully this one Zoom holds out.
All right. Take 2.
Let's go for it.
No one will know. All right, kia ora team, and welcome to episode 48 of Yarns with Beef and Matt, brought to you by Alice Katie and Frog Grips. I'm Beef. I'm Matt.
And joining us today, he is a CrossFit Games teens athlete, an individual men's semi-finals athlete, and the spearhead at the tip of the Butter Boys. It's Luke De Jonge. How are you, bro?
I am fantastic. How are you guys doing?
Good.
Bloody good. There you go. We got audio now. We're good.
Lovely.
Yeah.
We're on. First try too. That was awesome.
yeah. First try. Quick disclaimer, team. That was a second go at that. The fucking Zoom crashed.
Anywho.
But we are back. How are you, bro? How's your morning been?
Yeah, going good. Going very good. Had a nice slow morning. I'd like to say I woke up at 5 a.m. had an ice bath, but the truth is I woke up about 20 minutes ago. So I haven't eaten breakfast yet. Just listened to some Jack Johnson and just been chilling since. So
Fuck, that's all good. Bit of Jack J. What's
Yeah.
your go-to Jack Johnson track?
What's the one? Obviously you got Banana Pancake is a classic.
Classic.
Sit and Wait and Wishing is definitely a top 3 for me.
Nice.
Love
Nice.
those.
What was the one with Ben Stiller in the video? Is that?
Yeah, I had this conversation with Zach at the gym the other day. He played it, and all I could think of was Ben Stiller.
Yeah.
I actually can't remember the name of the song, but
Is it
if you played
Taylor?
it, I remember.
It's Taylor. I'm pretty sure.
I think it could be. Yeah. Where he's on like the island.
Yeah.
just
Oh,
chasing chickens and
fuck,
stuff.
he's a funny guy, man.
Yeah. That clip was so funny. Zach hasn't seen it, so I tried to convince him to go watch it.
Yeah. Well, hopefully, is that Zach Thomas?
Yeah, ZT, the guy that's heart doesn't work anymore.
Fuck. That's right. The guy who died at Torian.
Yeah.
But
that
we all
guy
made
that
him
got there,
finish. We all made him finish.
He beat Jake Douglas.
Fuck. Everyone finding out afterwards, like, yeah, no, he's in hospital. It's like, maybe we shouldn't have pushed him. Maybe we should have left him.
Oh, I remember being on the floor going, Zach, come on, pick it up. And like you see him just stretch it out.
Yeah, but you finished, bro.
How? So this is a funny backstory. So Max Leeds, who we trained and competed with as well, his biggest goal was to beat Zach in one event and me in one event. So while Zach's getting stretched off, Max is going, yeah!
I'm halfway there, and it's only their first event. Let's go.
He goes into his notes app on his phone and ticks a box saying, beat Max.
Oh, what a guy. Hey, a win's a win, even if he was in
I mean,
hospital.
Yeah, he still claims it. I mean, fair enough. He beat him, so
Hey, man.
there you go.
Oh, we do. At his funeral, just want to quickly point out, I beat him. So
Yeah. I'd like to start off by saying I beat Jake Thomas in event 1, 2022.
Oh, that's a nice morbid way to start the podcast.
Yeah.
Let's dive back into the early years of Luke De Jonge growing up. Where'd you grow up? Give us a backstory on you, mate.
All right, backstory. So I grew up, exactly where I am now, Woonona, New South Wales, like Wollongong area in the city. Pretty much, I just always loved sport my whole life. Started doing I did soccer when I was about 10 years old. Loved that. I was obsessed with it. Wanted to go professional in soccer. Obviously, the pathways in Australia aren't too clear. It's heavily about who you know, and there's no real money in it until you make the top. Most sports in Australia, really. So I started doing CrossFit Kids to help my soccer. Fell in love with CrossFit more than I did soccer, so I was actually skipping my soccer training to go to CrossFit because the training was harder at CrossFit and more fun for me.
Yeah.
So I started getting benched for the first 15 minutes every weekend. Yeah. And then, as I should because I wasn't there. Yeah. And then ended up giving that up. And then that year that I stopped, I believe it was I stopped doing soccer 2014. Then 2015, I believe was the first year they had the teens division.
Okay.
So I went straight into that. I remember the very first workout, it was a 14-minute AMRAP of like 15 total bars, 10 deadlifts, 10 power snatches at 43 kilos. And I got first in Australia. And from that moment, I was like, oh, I'm going to have a crack at this.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what set off my CrossFit career.
Fuck, that's pretty sick. I mean, how old are you now?
24. I'm getting old.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, this guy.
How old are you guys? 19, 20?
Yeah.
Yeah, 22 this year.
Yeah, don't look a day older.
Yeah,
good.
Thanks, mate. What a dick. I know, that's sick. And then 2017, you obviously make the games as a teenager. How was that? Talk us through that year.
Yeah, that year was ups and downs. Like the qualifiers, like had really good events, and then I just did all the workouts in the wrong order. Busted on my hands at the start. Redid like 3 of them. Barely scraped through. I think I got in like 18th or 19th and it was top 20. And then going to Madison, that was my first time on a plane ever. So everything was new for me.
No shit.
Yeah. Got over there 3 days before, jet lagged out of my mind. Like I felt horrendous. We went to a CrossFit gym maybe 10 minutes away from the stadium. I did their class squad, which had like heavy tire flips and some burpees at 6-inch. And I was with who was coaching me at the time, Paul, and he was beating me in the workout.
Oh man.
I was like, this isn't good. Like, I don't think I'm gonna win this thing, man.
Confidence boost.
So yeah. And in the warm up area with Adam Schmidt, we did a 215-9 thrust burpee workout. And I remember going a little bit harder than I should have because it was my first workout kind of where I was really pushing it. It was 2 days out in the warm up area. And I woke up the next morning with horrendously sore quads and they did not go away at all. So at the event one, I was tired, jet lagged, and my quads were blown up. And we had a massive run, swim, run. And then from there, it was just downhill.
Yeah. Shit.
That's handy, eh? Did you face off against either of the Martin brothers?
Oh yeah, Bally Martin. That's where I met him actually.
Yeah. Did you bury him?
Yeah. I wish. I think I was maybe one place ahead of him. As I barely scraped ahead of him, but yeah, no, that's where I met. That's where we became mates actually at the games there.
That was a bit of Guillermo Heros. Was he that year or the year after?
Yeah, he was that year as well. The famous year where he snatched 295 pounds and came first in obviously the teens and would have come third in the individuals with that.
Yeah, broke people's hearts.
And I'm looking over with like a green and a blue on my bar, just going, "This isn't human." Like,
just looking at your coach like, "The fuck."
Yeah, like I want to hit triple digits pounds.
Yeah,
not even kilo. And he's over there like beating the men.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck, that's funny. Who else was that year? Was there anyone big hitters that year?
Oh, Angelo De Chico, obviously.
Yeah. Luke Palladino? Was Palladino there?
Palladino, he just finished the year I went, so he was he was trading with Fraser at the time and was going for individual.
Man, what a drop off from him, by the way. Like the next,
yeah. Have you seen what he's doing?
He's like gaming, isn't he?
Yeah, he's streaming. What a legend.
What a guy. But like because he did the next year regionals and tore his pec or something in the ring dips, I think.
Yeah.
And then just became pro gamer. Okay.
Yeah, that's got to be the craziest CrossFit transition I've ever seen.
Yeah. I remember him doing an ad for White Castle Burgers on his Instagram, and I was like, the fuck happened to you?
Oh, man.
In a good way,
man. If you could tell him in 2015 what he'd be doing in the future, I don't think he'd believe you, eh?
Nah, not at all. Anyway. Man, what a year. Anyway, this is the De Jonge show.
Yeah. Back to me.
Yeah, obviously. So from 2017, what's happened since then? Because you've been to regionals 21. So fill in the gaps from 2017 to 21.
Yeah. Okay. So 2017, 2018 was kind of like that, or 2018, 29, I should say. It was kind of like the floating year. Like you're just coming out of your teens. I think every teen agrees. Like you're not really expecting much. You just want to get a good routine, get some good programming, and just build for when you will make it. So I kind of had that mindset. 2019 was probably the first big comp I came into, which was the Torian Pro before it was a CrossFit sanctioned event.
Yeah.
I think I got like 11th or 9th or 11th there or something. Nothing good just because I wasn't strong enough. Everyone was just outlifting me, so I just got pumped to the back of the leaderboard. And then 2020 was when I first felt like I was ready to go to the CrossFit Games. In 2020, we had the Down Under Champs that year, and I got 5th. That's when they had Jacob Hepner, Jay Crouch got 3rd, and we had the other Aussie that got Rookie of the Year in 2021, but he doesn't do CrossFit anymore. His name anyway. He won it. I got 5th there, and I thought, this will be, I'll be pretty much making the CrossFit Games next year.
Yeah.
So 2021 season came around, and this season, I've kind of deleted this year from my memory because it was so bad. So I'm really trying to concentrate to remember, because I got horrendous like tonsillitis right as before the opens were starting. I lost 10 kilos. I went from like 95 to 85 kilos.
Holy shit.
I just remember being so sick. Both my knees blew up. I got horrendous tendinopathy. And when I say horrendous, I mean like I can't stand up for too long. It was so bad. And then from there, I tried to keep doing the open because I was like, this is my game year. I just got to get through and then I'll recover and I'll be fine. So I probably pushed it a bit too much. My back blew up and everything. All I did from the opens and quarterfinals was one workout a week. So that I did the opens. That was one workout. Next week, opens all the way through the quarterfinals. And then, literally hang on for dear life in quarterfinals. There's clips of me literally just like barely standing up. You got all the butter boys like against the rig smashing the J hooks. It's absolutely iconic moment.
Yeah.
End up scraping through in dead last. And then I was like, this is my calling. If I've made this, if I'm healthy, I'll be fine. Like, I've done it. Anyway, fast forward to Torian. Things did not go well. Training was horrendous. Back blew up really bad again. My knees couldn't manage anything. So I wasn't doing any squatting. I was pretty much just doing all monostructural. So bike, row, ski, run, a lot of dumbbell work. But nothing that really would, you need to separate yourself in the field, like all those heavy lifts and really complex metcons. So I went into it really fit, but skills were very bad. Strength was horrendous. First event was right in my wheelhouse. It was just monostructural stuff. The 40 minutes erg piece with running. So I think I got 2nd in the first heat and then ended up being like 5th overall. And this weekend is like, I've literally deleted it from my memory. So I remember finishing that event, laying back with my feet up against the wall, just feeling like I was done from event 1. And then event 2 comes around. It was a 3-minute event with, I think it was a 21 ring muscle ups. And then we had 777 squat snatches down the field. Ended up getting 7th in that. And then I finished day 1, I think in 1st or 2nd overall. And I already knew mentally, I'm like, I can't sustain this. Like, people have no idea how bad I'm feeling right now. I'm like pumping painkillers. I'm just eating as much as I can. Didn't sleep that night hardly at all. Not because I was nervous. People thought I was nervous and I wasn't sleeping. I was like, no, I'm just in pain. Like I can't sleep. Like, my knees felt like they were glowing. Next day, somehow I pulled something out of my ass and smashed the first 2 events. I got 2nd in the lunge rope climb, and then I won the dumbbell snatch echo drag rope. So that I had like an 80-point lead on Jay Crouch with one more event to go on day 2, and I was like, I know I can't sustain this. I'm just
It's
waiting
coming.
For the crash.
It's coming.
And everyone, I got Calm Porter like in my ear going, after this it's just workout. So you're a shoo-in. It's basically you and then whoever finishes after. And in my head, I'm going, you don't know what I know.
Watch this.
Watch this. Another iconic moment. So, event 3 on day 2 was the 1RM. My worst event, and they did it. So they announced all the athletes coming onto the field, and they went one at a time.
Yeah, I remember.
So I went in last, like as the leader, and Luke De Jonge. It was a 102 starting weight. I barely make the jump. And I was like, I hope no one saw that. That was bad.
I hope no one saw that.
Yeah.
We all looked away.
Everyone looked. And then I got through to maybe 134. Clean and jerk, 134 kilos. I think I got 2nd last. And then that bumped me into 2nd place overall behind Jay Crouch. And then, going into the last day, I was just being held together by rock tape pretty much. And, I couldn't even tell what the first event was. I just remember I absolutely shat the bed on both of them. Oh no, that was the sled one where I took my shoe off.
Yep, that was we were going to bring that one up.
Oh yeah. Oh,
Talk us
I
through
hate
that one, bro.
event so much.
James Newbury to the rescue.
Yeah. So my mindset going to that was, if I've come this far, I can hang on. I felt this bad yesterday and I did something good. I'll just do it again. So I skied faster than I wanted to, going out held like 1800s. Because another backstory as well. I kind of knew Calm Porter was going to try and do it in one, because he's that sort of entertainer and he's the guy that's going to try and do it. So I knew if I was a little bit behind him, I was on a good pace, because he was just sending the ski. So I was a little bit behind him. He finishes burpees, I finish my burpees maybe 5 seconds after. So I was like, all right, this is perfect. I'm a bit behind him. I'm planning to do it in 2, but I'm ahead of everyone else. So I get to the sled second, and then I start pulling, and I can't move it an inch. Like the second I hit the rubber, I was like, I can't do anything. My shoe was like, my foot was moving inside my shoe right to the front, and then when I hit the front of my shoe, my whole shoe just started sliding. And obviously they were just really old, shitty shoes, and I had a big hole in the bottom of my right one, so they just were no good. So I barely moved the sled. As I was jogging back, I was kind of doing the math in my head of like, all right, could I even do this in 3 now? Because I was like, that's maybe a third that I got. I'm like, I don't know. So second round comes along, same thing, get there really quick, can't pull it. So I'm like, I'm not even halfway. This is useless. So I literally last second, I just get to the ski and I asked my judge, I'm like, what's the minimum requirement? He goes, just look like you're doing the workout. So I was like, perfect. So
I can do that.
Did this. Yeah, I just milked the cow on the ski erg just a little bit. And then he was like, come on, like, just go on. And I was like, no, this is all I'm doing. And then I saw James Newbury, like obviously he finished over in the corner. I just yelled him. I'm like, please, come over here. So what do you need? It's like, just can I have your shoes, please? And he was like a size 10, so I barely squeezed into his shoes. Ended up sandbagging that round, and just I watched Will Kearney kill himself to maybe get 1 meter on the sled. And I felt so bad for him. Like, oh man, I feel bad that I just left him to do that by himself, and I'm over here just not doing the workout properly. Fast forward to the last round, had enough gas in me to send it to try and finish. Yeah, did smash the ski, burpees, got to the sled. Shoes were a bit grippier, and obviously I was fresher because I just rested 3 minutes. So finished over the line, ended up getting a time, which I was stoked with. I thought I was going to get like 25th or 30th. Apparently I got 15th.
Yeah.
So I beat like over half the field with skipping around.
Maybe that's the key.
Yeah.
Skip around.
And then, and then the next year they made that a rule that you can't do that again. So
yeah,
that was because of me.
That's a good claim to fame. Like, because of you can't do something.
I sandbagged it. Now there's rules in place.
There's now a plaque on the wall. Just if you skip around,
you're
gone.
That's it. I'll ask them to put a plaque in the warm-up area for me.
Yeah. Here's the De Jonge Memorial Trophy.
Yeah. You skipped around.
That's so funny. Yeah, it was actually Royce Dunn that told me that too when I went the next year to watch Zakos. He was on the steps and said, he's like, they made a rule after you, Luke. And I was like, what's that? And he goes, you can't sandbag any of the rounds.
Oh, fair enough. And then there was one event left. So where did that put you? Because you came, long story short, you came 7th that year.
Yeah, I was 6th overall going to the final event.
Yeah.
And like when you're competing, you gotta have that belief that you're just gonna do it. So I was like, even though I felt crap, I was going backwards. I'm just gonna do it. I'll just get back in. I'll get 3rd, and then I'll scrape up into 3rd. So I went out there. It was started off with 15 thrusters. I did 8, and I think I like failed my 9th thruster or something ridiculous. And I was like, oh, this sucks. Like, there's 0 chance I'm pulling in a game spot if I can't do these in 2 sets.
Yeah.
So, I literally did everything I could. Thrusters until I was failing. So I think I ended up doing like 8, 4, and 3 to get 15. Did my 30 chest bars unbroken and broke the 12 thrusters into like 3s and unbroken chest bar. And then the last thruster set, I did 5, went for 4, failed my very last rep, and then had to redo it. And then I jogged across the line, and everyone was like, what the hell happened to that guy?
Was he not winning?
Yeah. They're like, the pro guy, I thought he was coming first. Like, nope.
Yes, that's another thing I was going to bring up. But before I go into your illustrious locks you were rocking that year, did you did a shotgun? You drank a beer, didn't you, in one of the interviews?
Shotgun.
Am I making that up?
No. So yeah, that was pretty funny as well. So I got the interview after winning the second event on day 2, and I don't know. I was like, I just want to do something different. So my mate was just drinking a Forex Gold or something. I was like, just chuck it down. So he chucked it down to me, and I don't drink at all. So I just had little sips of it just so it looked like I was drinking it. Got to the camera and she made a big comment about like, oh, I drink it on day 2. And I said non-sarcastically, oh, this isn't mine. This is just my mate. And everyone laughed thinking I was being sarcastic. I was like, oh, no, I'm dead serious. I don't drink. This is just a piss take. Just so everyone thinks I'm having a swig mid-competition.
Oh, that's good then. Okay, so going on from that year, 7th, you did disappear for a few years.
Yeah.
What happened?
Yeah. Oh, I was in the trenches both physically and mentally. I didn't want to do anything. So I think, like I said, like I was real. Like I can't emphasize enough how much I was struggling through the Torian Pro. Like my whole body was so painful, and I just thought I was going to recover if I had 2 weeks off. So over the month after Torian Pro, my body just got like exponentially worse and worse. Like my knees were getting worse than I could ever imagine. I started getting sciatica, like lewd down from my back all the way to my toes on both legs. My left one was way worse though. Yeah, and I just felt lethargic, tired. My testosterone was super low, and I just felt beyond broken, like irreparable. And oh yeah, oof. Probably had. This is another time in my life where I just want to delete it from memory because it literally took 2 years to get rid of my sciatica, and maybe 2 years to make my tendinopathy manageable, and which wasn't even tendinopathy at the time. So I had X-rays, MRIs, every physic possibly imagine. I was booked to Andrew Locke, the dude from Squat University, my professors and lecturers at uni. So I was studying exercise physiology while this was going on, and so all my tutors were very knowledgeable in the field. So even they couldn't help me. And anyway, I got like a 3rd MRI or something, and they found a really millimeter thick slither of plica under my kneecap. I don't know if you've heard of that before.
Nah, man, talk us through that.
Yeah, so plica is the tissue that separates your joints when you're in compartments during adolescence. So obviously when your joints form as a baby, you don't just get one knee joint, you get your anterior compartment, posterior, and your side, and then the plica separates it, and then that dissolves over time to make the one synovial joint we have as adults. And what can happen is sometimes the plica doesn't fully dissolve if it gets trapped somewhere. So mine got trapped under my kneecap between my femur and patella. So I was getting pain like I could describe, like I had no meniscus or my ACL was torn. The second I bent my knee and put pressure on my heel, it just felt like I had nothing there. It was just the sharpest pain ever. And I got told it was just severe tendinopathy, patellofemoral syndrome. I could have some precise someday, meniscus might be gone, but all the scans were saying otherwise. So I was like, oh, sick. So 2 years of knee rehab, 0 progress. I was like, well, my knee's just fucked. Sick. And then, yeah, that 3rd MRI found it. And I remember the physio brought me in saying, I think I found what your knee pain is. And that was the happiest day of my life because I felt like I got my life back. And I got surgery 4 weeks from then. So actually that week I took 2 cortisone injections, surgery 4 weeks from then. And then from there, I've just been on an absolute tear just to get back to the Torian Pro pretty much.
Yeah. Is the surgery for that, is that like keyhole? Is it fairly non-invasive?
Yeah. Yeah, pretty non-invasive. Keyhole, they just go in, show me they just cut all the way around it, just get it off, as much of it off as possible. And then the pain got worse for a good 4 months later. And then when the inflammation started to go, and because the blood can really bleed, so the inflammation can get really, really bad. So it got quite bad for 4 months. And then, obviously inflammation went down, started to get better, and I was good to go from there.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw your you did like a cool montage video of your rehab.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. I thought that was worth showing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I hate being the guy that's just always recovering from something. Like I did the back one, like last time I was Torian Pro, I had some injury that was going on. I'm like, I don't want to be the guy who's just coming back from injuries all the time. So I don't really like posting it all the time, to be honest.
Oh, it's good to know because before I knew you were injured, you were doing a lot of like the Butter Boys videos, and I thought you were going down a Palladino
Yeah.
like path. I was giving up on CrossFit
Yeah.
then. So.
Yeah, no. Actually, to be fair, I gave up probably like 5 times, if I'm honest. But
Yeah.
I just like making content and making videos. I just think it's fun.
Yeah. No, that's cool. Beef likes that too.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Some good
Yeah,
shit on there,
yeah.
bro. Like, when did that start up? Did that start up as a joke between mates, or fucking how did that come about?
Yeah, so the name actually originated from just a stupid butterfly pull-up technique. We were like doing butterfly pull-ups, but we're trying to run with our feet at the same time. And someone called it the Butterman. Like Jake Souls from our group said, "Oh, that's like they call it the Butterman pull-up." And then he said, "Oh, we'll just call ourselves the Butter Boys," out of nowhere. And then we Googled it on Urban Dictionary, and the definition was someone who's overweight and complains about it, but does nothing about their situation. So I was like, well, that's the exact opposite of us. I'm like, that's just hilarious. So we'll keep that name. Someone made an Instagram, and then we just been absolutely just hammering random content and putting it up, and then it got a decent following, and then we stuck with the name for 5 years or so.
Yeah, I always thought you just were doing a piss take on the Buttery Boys. That's Buttery
No,
Bros, whatever.
I hate that.
Are you pre or post Buttery Bros?
We were like 2 years before that.
Oh,
all right.
Way before.
So,
way before, yeah.
Do you want to do you want us to get in contact with them about defamation, or like how do we go?
Just go straight in for the sue. Just try and get me $1 million or something like that.
Sweet.
No worries.
We'll take a nominal fee of 80%.
Yeah. yeah. That's fair. You guys earn it.
Oh no, that's good. Okay, so after the knee surgery and all that rehab done, where does that take you? Because that's 22 to where?
Yes. 22. Surgery was 2023.
Okay.
And then so I pretty much had close to 2 years of just absolutely nothing, just trying to recover and figure out what was going on pretty much. And then
the whole time, that's when you're at doctors getting MRIs and no one can figure out what's happening.
Yeah. Like I was heavily depressed, like bad. I didn't want to do anything. Like it couldn't have been much worse. So I don't really remember much of that time, to be honest.
What were you doing for work at that time? Were you coaching still?
Yeah, I just coach work between CrossFit Wollongong and NSPC, and then I was doing a little bit to rehab for people online. And then most of my time was dedicated to my studies. Like I was doing ex-phys. I was finishing my undergrad at UOW.
I think
so. To be fair, a lot of my time was in that.
All of that stuff going on, like, and I know a lot of people probably in the same boat, but it must be pretty hard to fully invest into your work, into your studies with all of this shit going on. Like you said, you're pretty down in the dumps. So how did you sort of get around those times with the uncertainty?
Oh, I mean, you just kind of put yourself in a situation where you have no choice. If you just look at pros and cons of dropping out or not continuing, it just wasn't worth it. I remember the final year. I remember going to the Masters year. I was 2 weeks in, and I could not imagine a place I wanted to be less. I hated everything. I couldn't even sit in the chair because my sciatica was so bad. So I was just standing up or I'd kneel. And the first couple of weeks, I remember the teacher would tell me like, "Oh, just like, what are you doing?" and that. And then after I was like, "Oh, that's just what Luke does. That's fine."
It's just that weird kid.
The guy just kneels and wiggles every 10 seconds and stands up. And I wanted to not do it so bad. I hated it. And it's just another thing, kind of maybe the sunken cost fallacy, where I felt like I've already invested over 3 years into this. So I was like, I might as well finish my degree. Let's just hammer it out and suck it up.
Yeah, far out. What's home life at that time? Are you living at your parents, or are you flatting, or?
Yeah, still living with my parents. Obviously, they're super supportive with everything. That's probably the biggest key of why I could actually finish everything. If I was by myself, I doubt I would have had the time and energy or any sort of motivation to actually finish uni. So they're a massive part for that. Sure.
Oh, nice.
You write programming as well, right? Were you doing the programming as well throughout that time?
Programming for who exactly?
I saw a post on your Instagram that you do programming.
Oh, yeah. So during that period, I didn't advertise anything, but my main program was obviously the affiliate program for CFW. And then I was doing a lot of private remote coaching. I didn't advertise or tell anyone really. I had just a group of 5 to 10 people that I was doing weekly programming for.
Yeah.
And then outside of that, just swim squads, some youth development stuff, CrossFit Kids at CFW, and then any random PTs that pop up. That's pretty much what I was doing outside of that. And then also programming for Zach and Joel's lead up to the Torian Pro the year that I didn't go.
Well, it's good to see that you came out the other end, and like that you obviously had to go through that was pretty shit. Because I was we were both at the 2021 Torian, and like so it was definitely a shock because like everyone thought you were gonna qualify that year, and then you come 7th, and even that's like a fucking huge achievement. And then you listen to like what you were going through, makes it probably even more of an achievement. But it's good to know you came out the other side, because this year's Torian, I know you missed out again, but it was just so good to be like, well, fuck, at least Luke's back, you know, like from the 2021 performance to now coming 5th, it's like fucking the trajectory to next year or years to come, like it's got to look pretty good. So how did it feel stepping out onto the Torian floor again this year?
Yeah, that was very surreal in every definition of the word, from like arriving to the warm up to the first event. I just couldn't believe that I was back, if I'm honest. And I know it's not even the pinnacle of CrossFit. Like I want to make the CrossFit Games, but just from what I've been through, and to feel like I got back there was awesome. I was just on adrenaline for the whole weekend. Like every moment, I was just sinking it in. Like I was there to do a job, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. Like it's gonna happen. I got no choice. I'm just gonna smash everything. So I was definitely locked in that whole weekend, purely because like I was like, this could be my last chance, so I need to make the most of it.
Well, we hope it's not.
Yeah.
We hope there's more to come.
It won't be.
Yeah.
It won't be. I should have prefaced it with it won't be my last.
Yeah.
Okay, we can only imagine the high, and like you said, the high that you got even way back, years prior, when you finally found out what was going on with your knee, like finally having an answer, and now there's a path back to where you were. Fuck, that would have been huge, but to finally be back out on the floor, and you had a phenomenal performance. How has this season been, bro? Have you had a smoother run?
Yeah, smooth, because I just train less.
Yeah.
So I programmed for myself all the way up to it. So from surgery, I did all my own thing. Mainly because I had to modify absolutely everything that I was given when I tried underdogs and some proven stuff. So I was like, I'm just going to do my own stuff because it doesn't work for me anyway. So just trained a lot less, spent a lot of time doing strength work. Didn't do much fitness through the opens at all. And then, kept the pain off pretty well. I remember going through quarters was fairly smooth. My scores in quarters are way better than I expected, because on some of them I felt like I didn't go that well, and then I still ended up finishing, I think, 5th or 6th overall, which was awesome. Actually, the last clean and jerk event, I did get a little bit of flare up in my back immediately after finishing that one. I took about 2 weeks off my training, and I remember thinking the old me would have been like, "Oh, I've got Torian Pro coming, I'll just push and do it." I was like, no, I'm not doing anything. So after quarters, I didn't do a single piece of training for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Yeah. And I was watching everyone else like training for Torian. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather be healthy than injured again. And I remember a quote from Brent Pekowski: "The best ability is availability."
Oh, yeah. So that's good.
So I was just kicking back and relaxing, just getting healthy, and it paid off. So
yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah. Your guys' recovery, like actually staying healthy for the sport, is a huge part of the sport. It was Brandon Swan mentioned that, I believe, is that being healthy and actually being able to compete on the day is more important than just getting another workout in for the sake of getting 100%. A workout.
Someone needs to tell Peter Ellis that.
Yeah.
Did you hear that story?
An animal.
That this is hell of an athlete, by the way, and I'm not saying he's gonna be injured or anything, but that story he told us where after one Torian where he didn't make it, the next day he did 1,000 pull-ups, 1,000 press-ups, 1,000 air squats. I was like, no, I don't know if that's the best.
Yeah. Although that sounds super fun, it's probably not smart.
Does it though?
Yeah. To be fair, that was me in the last 5 years. Any competition I did, I'd train the next day. Like I just thought it was fun.
Oh wow.
So
I didn't.
Yeah, I definitely know the mindset.
That's why we're sitting here.
I didn't train the week before or 2 weeks before.
Yeah.
Really.
That's why you just missed out on Torian. That's why you
so
just
close, man. So close. If only I'd fucking qualified for quarters.
Yeah, you'll get there. I do programming now, so I can get you there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That's pretty sick though, that you like individually did your own programming and still went to the Torian. Fucking had a phenomenal performance. Like, have you looked into getting external help, going to get a coach or external programming, like more for you?
Yeah, well, that's what I've just done since I finished Torian, actually. So now I'm with Bobby D, Zach's coach. So he's doing all of my stuff now, and that was a big reason that I advertised for the first time ever that I'm doing programming for people, because I'm not doing my own now. I have a lot more time and energy to put towards other people's.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm stoked about it, and his programming is so fun. It's bizarre, but it's fun.
Is it fairly tailored to you? Like, do you have like consults and that?
Well, we actually haven't had our first proper meeting with him yet. I've only had small conversations. But right now, me, Zach, and Max are on the same program. It's just 4 sessions a week, and it's just building us for the start of the off season. So it's non-specific right now.
Just training. Yeah. I was gonna say you look pretty big now, even though you got a massive oversized t-shirt on. I was gonna say you look pretty fucking.
Thank you.
Jacked. I'll take it back. Never mind. Sorry, man. It must be the lighting.
That was not generous lighting. I'll admit.
Nah, you're looking good, mate. You're looking real good, looking healthy.
Cheers, man.
But I did want to bring it back to one thing that's missing. It's the massive fro.
Yeah.
Why? Why is it gone?
It was a mental thing for me. This might sound stupid, but like I wanted to feel completely different from the person I was in 2021, 2022, because the fro, everything, it just brought me memories of just being injured and feeling horrendous and just, I don't know. So I just wanted to change my whole look entirely. Since I started getting healthy, I got Invisalign, fixed up my teeth, for a dermatologist, got my skin done up. Just tried heaps of different haircuts, purely just so I could feel like a different person. So it's kind of like a weird identity thing for me. I just want to be a new version of myself, and yeah, that's kind of how it started. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
no, fuck, that's fucking awesome, bro. You actually seem really tuned in with like your own mental game, and it's good to see. We've talked about quite a few heartbreaking moments so far, and I don't want to go over the whole Torian Pro, but I want to bring up one more. The final workout, bro. You're coming in 5th. You know who you need to beat. You know what you need to do. How did that workout play out for you?
So I'll rewind to the warm up area. I was, like I said, I was locked in. You feel normal competition nerves, but I felt like this was my moment. I practiced it. I had a good time. I knew I could shave 20 seconds of it by going unbroken on the ring muscle ups if it was there. I was like, I could do it. I knew that the event was stronger for Peter, don't get me wrong. So me and Zach kind of strategized a little bit to just play to my strength in the workout. If I need to break the ring muscle ups, do it. It's okay. And then I'm always going to send the lunge. And if he's ahead, the opportunity for me to catch me could be there. And if it is, I'll do it. And if it isn't, he's earned the win, because I knew it was stronger for him. And so I went back, I laid with a t-shirt over my eyes in the corner, visualized the event maybe 10 times over and over, the exact pace I'm going to do, the RPM, how I'm going to walk up to the rings, what sets I could potentially do in the repeats in my mind. And then like which angle of the dumbbell I'm going to hold, push up to the front hook grip, like visualize the feeling of everything. So when I got to the floor, I was like, I've done this 10 times. I know what to do. Did the bike at the exact pace, got off maybe 5-6 seconds behind Peter, which I was shocked with, because he sprinted that bike. I didn't expect that. So that was kind of in the corner of my eye there, thinking I could possibly speed up if I need to. Anyway, I jumped to the rings, felt a little bit heavier than normal. So immediately I went back to one of my visualizations of doing an 8-7 set. So I was like, that's my plan. Boom, boom, got to 7. No rep with like a clear lockout. And I was like, you're kidding. Did the next one, and that dip was a little bit harder than I liked. And then when I did a hardish set of 8, I was like, no, it's like, this isn't good. I didn't visualize this. Jump back up. I knew a set of 7 wasn't there. I think I did 4. I did 5 and then 2. And by that point, Peter was like 3/4 down the lunge. I picked it up and just lunged my heart out, and then that's all I had. But without putting too much blame on anything, the no rep pushed me back. I knew 15 was going to be a push, so I had to do it with 0 no reps, and that 1 no rep made me do another set on the ring muscle ups, and that kind of threw me out entirely.
Yeah. How do you I know that's like you just said there, you don't visualize that, but it is a massive part of the game, is the judging and the no reps.
Oh,
how
for sure, yeah.
Yeah, how do you attack that, or that challenge?
Well, obviously, when you're training, you still account for no reps. So when I'm when I'm doing some of these workouts, sometimes I'll no rep myself if they're clean reps. But I just picture for this one specifically, I just thought my execution was going to be that good. I didn't think I needed to plan for it. I'm going for the win. My pace needed to be good. I need to get no reps. Like, this is the time to execute perfectly. So I only planned for that. But even then, the thing is, if I planned for a no rep, that would have been enough for me not to make it. So in my head, there was no point planning to have to break. That makes sense. Break an extra set, if that makes sense.
100%.
Yeah. So, but yeah, normally kind of mitigating no reps throughout training, I've been a lot stricter with my lockouts, which has been a weak point for me. Like to shout out to Kobe Hegney for that, because if I'm not locking out, he will let me know in the gym.
Yeah.
So, yeah, he's definitely a big part of why my reps were a lot cleaner. That's so good. Even from that, I've been getting a lot less no reps in comp. I mean, like a lot less.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That workout was very entertaining for us to watch from a spectator standpoint. But going on like mentally, internally inside your guys' heads, would have been a lot of pressure. We can imagine. Coming off the back of that, it's all said and done. The results are in. How was your mentality, bro? Because you've just had this massive comeback from where you were prior. How do you walk off the floor? What's sort of going on internally, and how did you process that after Torian?
Well, immediately after, I remember thinking to myself, like, it's okay for someone else to have their moment instead of me, because it felt selfish to be like obviously when you're a competitor, you're very driven, you're angry, like, oh fuck, that should have been me, like I want this. But then I got to remind myself, like, it's okay, someone else has to have their moment. Like, he's put in the work, he's done just as much as me, he's suffered just as much. It's just him being up there the same as me being up there on the other side for the story for his family and his friends. So I kept thinking that, like, it's okay for someone to have their moment. And then probably the week after, I was very, very lost, because I kind of put all my eggs in one basket, thinking I'm just going to make the games, I'll make it happen. And then to get fifth, I was like, all right, well, that didn't go to plan. Didn't exactly have a backup plan. So what do I do now? So then, yeah, that's kind of the end of that week when I got the coach sorted, got a few competitions lined up, and then found some direction. And also offered a bit more programming. So staying busy at helping other people has been actually awesome for me. Just taking the focus away from myself, my own season right now, and just helping other people figure out what they want to do. That's actually been really, really refreshing for me.
In that week where you're feeling lost, do you have a support group around you, or are you doing a lot of self-talk? How does that work?
I just hang with my mates. I hate being by myself in those situations. So any chance I got, I just wanted to hang out with my friends and my family. Yeah, I just didn't want to spend a second by myself. I remember even before we were back at the Airbnb about to go out, I just remember saying, like, I just got to get out of here. Like, I don't want to be by myself. I need to go. I just need to get with everyone. Because as soon as with everyone and you talk and you're distracted, it's all fun again. But when you're by yourself, it just eats you alive, all your thoughts.
Yeah. Oh, hard up, man.
No, that's really cool. And I think it's important for people to hear that. Like, obviously, we can assume that you guys go through this stuff, but it's good to hear that you get through it in a good way and you've got your coping mechanisms. I think I saw a post up on Instagram. It was in quite a comedic light, but what's on Instagram's not always what's really happening behind closed doors. So, nice shot.
Yeah. Yeah, it is important for us to hear that, because we get to see the awards ceremony and stuff like that, and it's a lot of high energy and, fucking cheering, and you made it, which is really cool for them. But like, I remember, I didn't see you exactly, but I saw Zane Healy, like, when and I think I've brought this up before, like, he was devastated. Like, he crosses the line and he's clearly gutted, and then the streamers go off and he's covered in, like, blue confetti. And I'm like, poor guy. Like, like, he... Like, it was good that he then can go celebrate with Grace. But, like, the likes of, like, yourself and Zane, who, were just about there to make it, and you do invest so much of your life. So it's good to hear, this side of the story that didn't quite make it. And how your mindset was. So,
yeah, 100%. You'll always learn more from losing than you will from winning. So as long as you take something away from it, you'll always come back stronger. So hopefully that's what happens next year.
Oh, hard out. That's why I'm the smartest man in the room, because
You're just losing all the time.
Just constantly. Just.
Me
Oh,
and you both, brother. Me and you both.
join up on our programming. We guarantee 0 results. Guaranteed.
We will make you feel like shit week to week, so you always won't. That's it.
100%. Anyways, you've already touched on it there. We will start to wind things down.
Yeah.
You've got a busy rest of the year. Got a few off-season competitions. What's on the calendar for this year coming up?
Yes. So this weekend I got High Rocks. Next weekend I got Rec Games in Kirrawee. Then I got the Down Under qualifiers the next week. And then the week after I got a comp in Port Macquarie. And then after that I'll be doing pairs Down Under with Zach Thomas.
Yeah.
And I believe after that I got some other comp with Zach in Sydney, and then I'll probably start looking at some bigger ones like Waterpalooza qualifiers come out or Down Under. Sorry, not Down Under. Dubai. Probably start looking at those, but their qualifier dates aren't released from the last time I checked. So
you're doing the Down Under individual qualifiers, but you're also doing the pairs comp, or
yeah. So I'm doing the pairs with Zach. He actually got some pretty crazy news 2 days ago. So he's actually cleared to compete now.
Mate, there we go.
Fuck yeah.
He's got
so he still has a heart condition, but he just got to manage his hydration and he'll be okay. So it's no severe SVT or anything. Doesn't need the ablation. Yeah. So he's over the moon.
We'll have to get him on because I do want to hear that story because that was pretty scary. I know we joked about it at the top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's funny. Like directly after that. Like I said, we got him to finish, and then, I say we, it's like a crowd and like people getting in behind him and that.
Yeah, I did that. Yeah.
And then you hear, he's in hospital. You're like, you feel quite bad, You're like, oh,
yeah,
hope he's okay.
Yeah, that's definitely a worth the storytelling. Yeah. That's pretty crazy for him.
Shit, I was in the pit lanes when that was all going down, and like Ricky come running over and he's just pouring water all over his head, but he's stumbling like crazy. It didn't quite look right, but obviously you'd never know. But it was quite funny seeing him flip off the cameraman for getting a bit close.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember that either. That's the funny part.
True.
Fuck. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to.
He remembers nothing.
Yeah, we'll have to get him on. He was like, well, can you talk us through it? He goes, I can't remember it. Good chat. Great chat, Zach.
Yeah. You have to get me in on the call just to tell you what happened and then get back out of there.
Yeah, bro, just an interpreter. Very good.
We'll get Max in. He can just be like, I dusted him.
What about some... And here's Max.
1-0.
Just rub salt in the wound. What about some New Zealand comps? Does that appeal to you? We've got a couple of bigger ones now.
The New Zealand Nationals. What's the other one?
And NZ Champs, CrossFit Champs.
NZ Champs.
Yeah.
So what date are those?
So NZ Champs, the qualifiers have just closed, but NZ Nats, the qualifiers are the same month as Down Under. So if you want to write August off as a complete month, sign up for Nats.
All right, I'll keep it in the back of my mind. I'll see if I can convince some of the other boys to do it, so it can be a bit of a boys' trip, though.
Yeah, I reckon you could probably even just message them and they'll give you a wild card. Surely a Torian athlete.
Oh, I see. I'll try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like how you said Torian athlete, not Games athlete.
Yeah.
Close.
2017.
Games is on there.
It's
on there.
Oh, yeah. Everyone loves the teenagers, because that counts.
It did that year. You had screen time. There was 20 of you. They don't get too much love anymore. But,
well, we're out the back in a big shed. Looked like a bootleg regional.
Yeah. That was good. I watched because Bailey and Riley... Riley was 2018, but I was watching for Bailey. I haven't brought the story up in a while, but I beat him in a competition once.
Well, I want to hear this.
Yeah? People want to hear it, man.
Yeah.
So let me set the scene.
And he was 12.
Context doesn't matter. It's just winning and losing.
Exactly. And he scaled, so don't even at me. He was 12. It's fine. I was 17, 18, 19. Yeah, I was a good chunk older than him. And listen, I beat him. I don't want to keep going on about it, but
there hasn't been a rematch.
And he has yet to turn up to a competition where I've been at. So I'm just saying.
So he's dodging you. He's dodging you.
He's
for sure.
scared, man. He's scared. That's why I can't do Torian. I don't want to put him off mentally. You know.
Yeah, that's fair enough. Actually, that's fair enough.
Exactly how it went down to. Anyway, yeah, that'd be sick. Look at nationals, even for next year. NZ champs would be cool.
I'll give it a look.
Yeah, shit, yeah, that'd be cool. Get the big hitters over from Aussie.
Spoiler though,
Boys.
an Aussie can't win NZ champs.
They can win. They can win.
Controversial.
But they don't. No, they can win, but they don't get something.
No, I'm pretty sure they don't get the title because it's
Now that's right.
the fittest in New Zealand.
You get recognition for it, but you don't get the title.
Yeah,
because you're not a New Zealander. It's pretty ratchet,
that's
eh?
fair enough. That's
Imagine that in Dubai.
But still
It's
come
like,
over, though,
You
you
can't
know?
win unless you're from the UAE.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, it's fucking no one's here. No one's from the
the winner
UAE.
from 15th place.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Oh, man. Good stuff. Hey, look, we've taken up a fair chunk of your time, mate. We really appreciate you coming on, talking us through all of this. So we do have a bit of a new tradition going forward, getting the last guest to ask the next guest a question. We have
two.
We have two. Again, this is a fucking trend at the moment. We have two questions. We got one from the guest before the last one because he didn't give us a question in time. And then we got last week.
Yeah.
So this is from Matt Crow from Snake Athletic. And this is quite a funny one. Would you rather take on 2 Roman Krenikovs or 5 Colton Mertens?
Oh, 2 Romans. Oh, Romans are pretty deadly, but then I've seen Colton do a bit of wrestling, so I don't know if he's done jiu-jitsu. So he could really tie me up for just 5 of them.
You could hold them.
I could be in
You
trouble.
could hold 2 of them.
Oh,
You know.
yeah. One on the foot.
You might
just
get
fucking
4.
Yeah.
Get out. Yeah, if I could just keep pushing him over, I reckon I could take on 5 Coltons.
All right.
That's it.
I'm not taking on a Roman. That's a
Yeah,
scary
mate.
man.
Not a single Roman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
2 of them?
Roman with a broken ankle, maybe, but
Wow.
I don't know.
Even then.
Yeah.
then. He did go on about it a bit, eh? Come on, mate.
Yeah, he carried on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't do something like that. I wouldn't do something like
Yeah. At all. Just have bad shoes.
that. Yeah. Broken back.
You can ask the second one, mate.
Okay, this one comes from last week's guest, Emily Julian, and this is a bit deeper, actually. She would like to know, what is your life legacy?
Life legacy. How do you expand on that? Wow.
Life legacy at 24.
Yeah, to date.
Yeah. I feel like it's just going to change every year. My life legacy.
If you were going to die tomorrow, what would your life legacy
What
be to date?
Like what I want to be remembered for. sort of thing.
Yeah.
Oh, I feel like this is a question for famous people, and not just someone who does CrossFit in Winona. Life legacy. Probably just remembered for someone who just has a solid crack. Just the classic Aussie, really. Just relentlessly pursues any of their goals and just takes their mates along for the ride. That's what I'd like to be remembered for.
Good.
Have a legacy, something similar to that.
Love that.
That's me. Clip it. How good. Oh, well, that's no better place to leave it than there. Mr. De Jonge.
Yes. Thanks for coming on and having a yarn with us, bro. We appreciate your time and
Awesome.
enjoy the rest of your day.
And yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Go ahead, crush
And
it.
thanks for having me on.
No worries, man. Thanks for coming on. And yeah, we can't wait to see you crush it next year as well at Torian.
Yeah.
He's going to the games.
Thank you. Me too.
Easy. I won't compete again. Can't do it to Bailey.
Yeah.
I'll leave it out again. It's
Yeah.
fine. No worries. All right, man. Take it easy, eh?
Sweet, bro. We'll see you later.